In association with Official Wrestling comes A Few Good Marks podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to A Few Good Marks with your host, Kieran Moran, and I'm joined by Pete.
Heyo!
And no one else. It's not even a few good marks this week, it's two good marks.
I've killed off everyone else. That's what's happened.
Everyone's down with the mumps.
Yeah,
Everyone's got the measles.
meningitis.
Absolutely. That's the one. Everyone's dead. It is our second FedWatch of the month. It is Tables, Ladders and Chairs 2017. And good pay-per-view.
Wasn't bad.
It was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll start with our kickoff, as we always do. And the kickoff was Alicia Fox versus Sasha Banks. You know what? Again, since SummerSlam, kickoff shows have kind of raised the bar a bit. Like, you can't just put on any old match now. You've actually got to prove it. You know, at the end of the day, you're still on a pay-per-view, I guess. So you've still got to kind of prove why you should be on there.
Yeah.
Because even Ty Dillinger, he hasn't been put on any kickoff matches, but he's still been off. In fact, I think he was just generally missing from SmackDown, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. But the point is, I'm pretty sure, so the point there is take your chance, which Alicia Fox really, really did. She didn't win. Sasha Banks came out on top, but Alicia Fox really impressed me.
To be fair, I only saw the last 2 minutes of this match. I wasn't that invested in it, but
That's fun.
yeah, to be fair, character-wise, Alicia Fox has always done the crazy thing fairly well.
Yeah, and so now I guess it's kind of just rounding it off a lot more, really, wasn't it? The crowd were really into this, which I guess, as you said, you weren't really you didn't see the full thing, but the crowd were like someone took a bump and they went mental for it. I was like, I'm sorry, what? I know it was the first match of the night and everything, but it's not that easy anymore. And it was also a very physical match. There was a lot of hard hits involved. It was very physical.
To be fair, Sasha seems to trying to off herself in big matches.
Yeah, and fair play to her. Fair play to Sasha for that. So then we're on to the main show. Not main event, main show. And the first match was another women's match, and it was Emma versus the Raw debuting Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
I have here, I'm such a mark for Asuka.
Have you seen Mel watching Asuka?
I haven't, no.
Oh.
That's Pete's girlfriend.
Shout out. Well, yeah.
No, I haven't.
You think you're bad?
Do you find I'm not even that bad? I just get a little, it's just one of them type moments. It's like, what's it in Family Guy? Pete, that's it. Family Guy, where Peter turns gay and he comes out of gay camp, and his gay partner brings out all the men, and they're about to have this massive thingy way, and Peter makes this really cheesy grin and smile and makes this kind of type noise. That's the type of reaction I get when that sounds really bad. It's just whenever Asuka comes out, I instantly make the noise that somebody. Never mind. Moving back onto the match,
Nice.
Emma dominated the match, which I thought was smart. Because it didn't make Asuka look super strong. Obviously, some of the... I'd probably say about 60% of people who watch WWE don't watch NXT, so they wouldn't know how strong she actually is. So in this case, it brings her in as still strong, still dominant, and they got that across, but there is room for her to grow, and it was really good. I liked it.
I guess the thing is with me, I would have liked to have seen Asuka being more dominant, to be honest.
Yeah,
because they built her up as a female Goldberg, pretty much.
I agree.
And it just seemed like a standard WWE match layout of, okay, the heels dominating most of it.
Yeah, I agree. But then you could say the same for Nakamura when he debuted in NXT, because everyone was like, oh, strong style. And then, well, to be fair, he had a fucking amazing match with Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
But I just think the way that the women's division is at the moment, like with there being so many great competitors and contenders, if you put a rocket straight under her, like she's just gonna stay there forever.
Yeah.
And that kills off competition, which is why they had to move her out of NXT.
Yeah.
Which is good because you don't want to build that up on somebody to then have to then just kill everything off. So I think it's good this way. We know how competitive she can be. Technically speaking, WWE is a bigger playing field, is a harder playing ground than NXT is. So therefore, she's working her way up the ranks. I think it was a good move. But Asuka won, obviously.
Woo.
So yeah, next there was an Elias concert, which was interrupted by Jason Jordan and his shopping cart full of vegetables.
I loved these segments.
Yeah.
Not for Jason Jordan, for Elias.
Yeah,
I think it was the first time he attempted to do his song, and he'd start strumming the tune, and he'd look like he's about to sing, and then he'd just carry on. I loved that.
He's such a heat magnet. It's fucking brilliant. And it's just such a natural thing from him as well. He really doesn't seem like he's trying.
Yeah.
It's a really good. I think it's smart that they brought him. Everyone kind of questioned why bring him up this early, and that's why. He's such a good heel.
There's always the worry when you call up NXT talents that it's only a gimmick that's going to work in an NXT environment. But Elias has actually turned out quite well on Raw.
Considering and he is getting his in-ring is getting better and better and better as well, which is what you want. And this is becoming kind of like a modern day honky tonk, really, isn't it?
Kind of.
So then the next match we had some cruiserweight action. We had Brian Kendrick and my boy, Gentleman Jack Gallagher versus Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann. My first note I've got here is when the cruiserweights get going, it's boss. Especially Cedric Alexander. That boy can fucking fly.
For a match that was just, here it is. I mean, it was fairly entertaining. My main takeaway from this match was when Alexander came out, because I haven't been following
205 Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought, bet his partner is Rich Swann. Let's just throw the black guys together. And lo and behold,
it's Rich Swann.
But it wasn't playing.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Both the guys they complement each other quite well. As did Kendrick and Gallagher. Really good match. It was what the cruiserweights are about. It was what both styles were about, showing off the technical ability and the high flying stuff. It was boss. I thought, really, really good match.
Why does Jack have to wrestle in a full-blown suit now?
Suit. I didn't get that.
Mel was like, how the hell is he moving around so well in those suit. Pants and those shoes? Yeah, absolutely. I think DTB, Dan Telling's boys, Bert and Dave, they had to wrestle a match while in shirt, pants, and shoes similar to that. And their shoes got ruined, apparently. They were saying in the car home, their shoes got absolutely fucked, and their shirts. Then they weren't really very impressed with it. But I mean, yeah, it is interesting. Although saying that, I would imagine the pants were stretchy, or were modified to be okay in the ring. Just kind of looks like he's just too happy from his wedding. He just hasn't taken his wedding suit off yet. Yeah.
Which was congratulations to Jack, by the way. That's really nice. So the next match was the Raw Women's Championship. It was Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, which was the third women's singles match of the night. Probably should have done this before we did this, but the numbers on when the last time any pay-per-view that happened that had 3 single women's matches.
I can't think.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely fantastic stuff. It was a pretty decent match. Mickie James was great as always, but I think Alexa Bliss could do better. I think it was outshined by the Asuka Emma match.
Yeah, spectacle-wise of Asuka's debut, yeah.
Yeah, but Alexa Bliss was not at her top game here.
No, she wasn't bad by any means.
No, not at all, but she can do better.
Yeah.
She can do better. And Alexa Bliss retained and won. Oh, and Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann won the
cruiserweight match.
Oh, yeah.
Which we didn't say. But that was that. Then there was Elias Round 2!
Yes.
JJ and his shopping cart needs to become like an upbeat 80s sitcom. JJ and his shopping cart. Do.
I was just disappointed you didn't have more vegetables.
Yeah, I was expecting, I don't know, maybe I wanted a variety of different foods, maybe just put some milk. Milk! Oh my god! You are doing a thing where he's Kurt Angle's son, have him throw milk at him. Ah!
It's also October, why didn't he have a pumpkin?
Yeah, that too! God, you've dropped the ball on this WWE, I'm not happy.
Well, you've just dropped the ball on Jason Jordan as a whole, really,
Yeah,
haven't you?
pretty much.
Oh, well.
No, we'll come to Jason Jordan in a sec. The next match was for the Cruiserweight title. It was Enzo Amore versus Kalisto, who was the champion. I've seen better Cruiserweight matches.
Yeah.
By far. It was okay. Enzo got his character across. Still one of the best talkers on the mic. The Cruiserweight hot potato continues.
That's exactly what I thought. I thought to myself when Enzo won, I bet Croft says something about this title change.
Which he has! Liam's just posted an article on the... Actually, I'm going to drop it in the bio if you're listening to this. Croft wrote an article about what's happened to the Cruiserweight division. He wrote that on the day that we're recording this. And I'm going to drop that in the bio. Give that a read while you're listening to us.
Do it.
Do it now! Do it.
I say while looking at a picture of Palpatine on your wall.
Oh, right, yeah. And for reference, Emperor Palpatine is not on my wall. It's part of a calendar. That made me sound really weird.
To be fair, if I could have a picture of Palpatine on my wall, I would.
Yeah, it'd be all weird.
He's a good character.
Depend. Yeah, I go. Yeah, there's better. Anyway, I'm not going into a conversation about Star Wars.
Okay.
Anyway, Enzo Amore won, and it was the new Cruiserweight champion. Whoop-de-doo. Now then. So, WWE announced on the Friday that there would be a couple of personnel changes. First of all, they announced that Kurt Angle would be making his WWE in-ring return after 11 years. That was pretty cool. You get to see Kurt back, but we'll come on to that in a bit. The other change... They had been building to Bray Wyatt as Sister Abigail versus Finn Balor, and as much as we were looking forward to seeing Bray Wyatt as Sister Abigail and most likely ripping the shit out of it, instead we got Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. First time in history. And my fucking Christ, what a match it was.
I wanted Swamp Ghost Lady versus the Pumpkin Man.
Tough shit, you got the Phenomenal One versus the Demon.
Fair.
Fuck, yeah, what a match. And it doesn't look like it's going to be over either, because it looks like they're set for a rematch sometime down the line. Or you have to expect that.
Hopefully.
I mean, for a first match, it was boss. I'd love to see, for a title, one of the big four. Because I think they'd just blow it out of the fucking park. Like, with that kind of chemistry, there's only really... I can't really think of the first time a match between two people has been the best. Because I always tend to think of a second or a third that's... But, even with the Omega Okada, no one thought they were going to top that match.
Yeah.
And then they went and did it. So, and the same can be said for Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate. Even on just a WWE standpoint, final night of the UK tournament in the final, that was a really good match. And then from what they did at TakeOver Chicago, amazing, absolutely amazing. So big hopes for AJ versus Finn in the future. But my Christ, what a match! Match of the night, easily.
It was great. To me, it felt like something was missing. To be honest. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was
wasn't a title to be contended by in the middle.
Possibly.
I get what you mean, but also I guess there wasn't much build.
I think that was it.
There was no excitement around it, unless apart from the 4 days worth of thing. It was like a WrestleMania worthy match.
Yeah.
Thrown together, but fair enough. They like to do that kind of stuff for Raw as well. I guess SmackDown would not have got that treatment.
No.
But yeah, amazing match. And Finn Balor won, which is understandable. He's the Raw superstar.
Yeah.
You're going to give him the win. Next it was Elias 10-3! This time he was in the ring! My inner Randy Savage coming out in there. On the ring! Anyway, commentary were on fire during this match. I'm not sure what... I can't remember what... Like, they were just... I think it was just between themselves. The banter that was flying around was boss.
I don't even remember this match, to be honest.
And I thought it was I thought it was a great match. Like, Elias's work has gotten so much better in the ring. Jason Jordan looks really good, and honestly, I'd love to see him as a heel. I think that's where he's going to shine, which hopefully is what they're building this entire angle towards, because that's the only, pun intended, because that's the only real payoff you can see happening at this point to really launch him. It was an interesting finish though, and I'm not sure whether it was part of the story of Jason Jordan getting a quick one over Elias, or whether it was a quick save as Jason Jordan had hurt himself, and it was just like, right, this match needs to end. Not sure. Jason Jordan picked up the win though, and I haven't wrote that down.
But he did.
Jason Jordan won though, and indeed he did. And I thought it was a really good match.
Fair.
Yeah, if you say you don't got much to... This is essentially... This is me rambling for a bit and then you just interjecting.
For some reason this match was a blank from memory. I think I was just like on the come down from AJ and Balor.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. And then what came next as well.
Yeah.
So what came next, it was the clusterfuck of a TLC match. It was Kane, Braun Strowman, Sheamus and Cesaro, and The Miz against 2/3 of the Shield in Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins and Kurt Angle. Oh my god.
It was a nice half an hour of just silliness.
It was just banter, wasn't it? Like, coming into the match, there was no... they kind of had a story there with Roman involved, and then the moment, like, they took Roman out, all of that story went.
Yeah.
Like, you know, obviously, let's say took him out, obviously he was ill. But the moment Roman left the match, it just went dead. So, there was no real story going into the match.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was interesting to see where they'd go from there. As we said before we went on the air, it was a massive spot fest.
Oh,
And as you just said now, it's just complete bollocks, really, wasn't it? There was chair shots galore, there was... Poor Dean Ambrose with them tables.
Oh no!
Jesus, that must have hurt twice in one match.
The second one where he smacked his head on it.
Oh yeah, and he just fell and he just kind of slid from under him. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Simply put, there was just too many guys. I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish with this.
I don't know either.
Whether they purely added Strowman and Kane in to get that angle out of it. Whether that was the only reason, and from, you know, like, I'm not going to lie, I finished watching the show, or finished watching this match about half an hour ago, if that, and that is the only reason I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
To have added them two in, because they couldn't think of any other way to do it. In which, if that was the case, that's pretty bollocks.
Yeah.
And, and going into it, when they first announced it, it was like, well, this is obviously hashtag make Roman look strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have Roman Reigns come back and beat them all up. But that wasn't the case. All that said, seeing Kurt back in the ring was fucking amazing.
It was nice.
It was pretty cool. Kurt's first time back in the ring in 11 years? No. Shh. Back in a WWE ring. Shh. First time in 11 years. Shh. What is TNA? What are the Indies? We don't know. It wasn't even that. He's like, legitimately, even after he went straight from WWE to TNA, but even after, he'd been out of TNA a good 2 years before he came back to WWE and got inducted in that. Because there was, I think it was What Culture who shared a video. He's just like, just in case you're wondering if Kurt Angle's lost it, he hasn't. It's his latest match from when they had their show like earlier this year or something. It was mad. And then, as we've mentioned, Kane Kane turned on Braun Strowman and gave him what I've christened the downward chair conga.
Oh.
All the chairs from the set fell down on him, which was a nice use of the set, and it was nice. And it was a nice cheap set. But I wish WWE would do more stuff like that for their stuff. It was nice to actually have visual, even if it was a couple of chairs stacked on top of each other. Like when they did Great Balls of Fire, it would have been nice for them to have a couple of old-fashioned cars there.
I guess
something like that, and have someone clothesline somebody into it. I don't know whether damage. I don't give a fuck. I just want something.
It was the same spot I think that was in Cena vs Barrett a few years ago.
Yeah. Something like that. But that was that is TLC 2017 with just the two of us. I'm pretty sure. I'm more than certain everybody else had thoughts on it.
I'm sure they did.
But the next time they might actually show up and give them. No, that's unfair. Everyone was really busy tonight. Everyone's away and stuff as well. But we have coming up in November on Sunday 19th. We will be doing a live stream once again because we know how much you all enjoyed the first one.
Yeah.
All 66 of you, legit figure. Let's double that. Not double. Yeah, let's double that. That's doable.
I'm sure we could try.
Let's double that. So, we'll be doing our live prediction stream and thoughts before the match, and then you'll have to wait for the following Friday for the follow-up and see who found out. Candy's predictions title is on the line. Hopefully I can get rid of my Virgil card of shame by not coming last. Pete still has his his Challengers Right briefcase.
That's
what we're calling it. Willow really wants you to use it just so we can have a quiz.
Oh.
Because Willow is quiz-centric right now.
Well, I just might.
Oh, tempting! You might do, you might not.
Well, yeah.
That is the entire idea. So, I'm just trying to find out quick because there have been some matches announced. The next pay-per-view is, of course, SummerSlam. There's Survivor Series, because we've done the podcast for SummerSlam. We did live predictions for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And this is Survivor Series, and it's also two S's. It's really confusing. I've had a long day. So, but 5 weeks of build, which is nice. They have already announced a couple of matches, so we're going to have a look at them now. We should have had this ready. We do this all the time. Bear with us. Do. So,
I can think of someone off the top of my head.
I probably could as well, but I'm too lazy.
Oh, okay.
In the meantime, I want to give a quick happy birthday shout out to it's Pete!
Hello!
Who, at the time of recording, turns 21 tomorrow.
In the space of about 4 hours?
Yeah, pretty much. So by the time you actually listen to this on the Friday, he will actually be 21.
I can drink in America.
Woo! You've caught me and Willow up. Well done. You're the first one out of the lot to do so.
Yeah.
Well done. Oh, it hasn't been Alex's birthday yet, has it? Alex
No.
isn't 21. No, good. Okay, that's good. I didn't want to think I'd gotten that wrong. Okay, so first match is champion. Why have I phrased it like that? Because they're all champion versus champion. It's Universal Champion against WWE Champion, and it is Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal. Oh my god.
If this match doesn't end in one Callas putting away Lesnar, I will implode. And if it does, I will explode.
I actually can't wait. It's just it's just trying to make Jinder Mahal seem on par with Brock Lesnar, and you've got to think that Lesnar must be just laughing inside. If you'd have told me at the beginning of the year, maybe not even at the beginning of the beginning of the year, that at Survivor Series, Brock Lesnar wouldn't be defending the Universal title at Survivor Series, because I'd have believed you with that, but is just facing the WWE champion at Survivor Series. Yeah, I believed you there as well. Yeah, title versus non-title match. I can see that. You told me the WWE champion was Jinder Mahal. If you told me Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar while they were both champions was happening at fucking Survivor Series, I'm not okay with this.
Oh,
Jesus. Anyway.
but it's happening.
But it's happening, and it's going to be bollocks. It's going to be fun.
What if it's brilliant?
Then I'm actually going to put something on this. If it is, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that's quite daring.
You'll eat your hat.
Well, no, because it's a good hat.
Okay.
I'm thinking I've got some Matt Clay hair gel up there.
Well, don't eat that. That's fucking
That's
rank.
Well, I'm trying to this is how certain I am that Jinder Mahal won't win. All right. If Jinder Mahal, I'm going to make a sweeping declaration. If Jinder Mahal does beat Brock Lesnar, even if I come last in predictions, I will still keep hold of the Virgil card of shame. Since this is my podcast, I have the right to do that.
Heavy.
That is heavy. That is how much I'm resting on that match. Sweeping declaration. Heard it here. There we go. The next match, however, I'm really looking forward to because it is the Raw Tag Team Champions, which is Ambrose and Rollins, against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, which is the Usos. Given that the Usos have upped their game since they've changed the heel thing up, I think it'll be a really good match.
I'm sure it will be.
Should be a really good match. Next is the Intercontinental title versus the US title, and it is The Miz versus Baron Corbin, which is two heels going at it, which should be very interesting. Not something you see very often in WWE at all.
Curious to see if one of them drops it. So that
beforehand. What do you mean?
So that it's a face versus heel, not heel versus heel.
What do you mean drops the belt? Drops the heel face thing.
Yes, I say.
I can't see that happening at all because both the guys are I don't want to say top heels on both because Baron isn't, but I can't see Corbin turning face, and I can't see.
No, what I mean is Corbin's probably going to drop it to hopefully not feckin' Sin Cara.
I see. Drop the belt.
Yeah.
And so I see what you mean. So instead, it'll be not Baron Corbin facing The Miz.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. It'll probably be. Will it not be AJ again? Do you think?
Maybe. I'm hoping they get him out the mid card though.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
mind you, he's about to face Mahal, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't really see them not putting the belt back on the WWE belt back on AJ.
Mm-hmm.
You've had your tour of India. You've not really conquered it, but it hasn't worked out.
We say he won't beat AJ Styles yet.
He did beat Nakamura.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he beats AJ Styles, there's no hope for anyone. And kayfabe can go and suck Vince McMahon's dick. Final match is the Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss versus the SmackDown Women's Champion Natalya. Could be going to be interesting, but I'm not really excited for this match. I'm not the biggest fan of Natalya. I think I've mentioned on previous shows, and as good as Alexa Bliss is, I don't think it's going to be a great match. As far as which is a shame really, because as far as both women's rosters go on both sides of the brands, there are amazing competitors on there, but they're just not champions at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Sasha and Bayley and Asuka on Raw, and then you've got Charlotte and Becky on SmackDown. And, it'd be nice to see, like a Becky Bayley thing. I don't think we've ever had that.
Not as a main program, no.
So it'd be nice to. Have they ever had that whilst on the main roster though? I don't think they ever have they?
No, because they've both obviously always been face.
Yeah, but yeah, so they are the 4 matches announced for Survivor Series at the present time.
Well, they have also announced
Oh,
men's,
of
women's
course,
traditional
they have announced
5-on-5.
Yes, which takes it to a grand total of 6. I'm sure there's going to be a few more thrown in there as well. Whether they're all going to be inter-brand
I think
could be interesting. I think that would possibly pave way for another Finn AJ, which we mentioned before.
It looks like Kurth and Shane might get into it.
That would be interesting.
Whether they're going to have their own match or they're going to be in the men's.
Oh, as the leaders like thing.
Possibly.
I could see that happening. I don't think that them two. I mean, Shane's proved that he can carry a one-on-one matchup, but I'm not. Well, I mean, Angle probably could as well, to be fair, but I don't know. It'd be interesting. And then there's the women's as well, which I think Alicia Fox, who we mentioned before, is the women's captain.
She is, and Becky's the SmackDown.
Becky's SmackDowns. So that's going to be interesting to follow. We will update those teams as they come in on our Facebook page, and which, if you haven't liked, you should like it already. It's going to be good. And that's all we've got time for today for the two of us. I think we've done pretty well there.
Not too bad.
It's pretty good. Next time you'll hear from us next week is our fantasy rosters. Ooh. And this is an idea that Croft came up with. I'm not going to spoil any more. Although fantasy rosters is all you're getting until next week. So until then, we shall see you later in a bit. Bye bye.
Adios.